You mean this gallon of milk? Nicholas. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls and children over the age of 21, welcome to the Hop Nation USA podcast. I am one of your hosts, Adam. Welcome, as I said before. With me is Steve.
Hey, buddy. I'm here.
He is. And we have a very special guest on this episode.
Let's take that very off.
We have a host with us this evening.
We have a guest host
tonight. A guest host. He's not very special. I mean, he's an all right guy. But we have a stunt Sam for this episode.
We do have a stunt Sam.
Sam is still off filming his film. I forget the name of it.
It was like King's Hawaiian or something.
Yeah. I don't know. It's going to be on Netflix here in a couple of weeks.
I don't know. It was a joke about him working for King's Hawaiian, so that's all.
It's not a joke. It's the truth.
Well, that's the truth, but the movie was a joke that he works for King's Hawaiian. Yeah. I just can't remember it, though.
It's not worth it. So with us is our guest host, Bubba.
What's up, duders?
Welcome.
Yeah.
He is an avid listener of the show.
Avid listener turned guest host.
Yes.
Because this can happen to you.
Ooh.
Not you, because you're already here, but I mean the listeners at home.
Right. Well, I mean, it's my place, so I'm obviously going to be here.
Yeah. It'll happen to you all the time, but I mean the listeners at home, it can happen to you. If you listen well enough and enjoy the show and like beer, then you could be a guest host one day when Sam takes off.
That's right, because we have been sending out secret messages, and Bubba was the first one to pick up on it.
I know. He decoded, sent it to us via the hopnationusa@gmail.com email account. That's right.
And so he is now our guest host. So welcome.
Glad to be here.
We're happy to have you here. So, we've gone a full, 2 minutes?
Of time doing what? What?
The podcast?
The full 2 minutes of what?
Of the podcast?
Doing what?
Not talking about beer.
Oh, okay.
So,
I guess we can do that.
We are a beer podcast.
Yeah, we are a beer podcast, and I think it's important that we talk about beer, so let's get into beer.
Yes.
I can talk about beer because I have a beer right here. The theme this week is going to be beers of an international flair.
Yes.
And I think this kind of pairs well with the fact that the Winter Olympics is coming up pretty soon.
Yeah.
So I think it's good that we kind of bring these beers to everybody's attention.
Before the Olympics, that way we can have an international relationship.
Yeah.
With the beers.
Yeah.
In the spirit of the Olympics.
Yeah. In spirit of the Olympics.
I like it. So, who is first on the chopping block?
So, the very first beer we have tonight is from Omnipollo.
Where the devil is that from?
Well, Omnipollo is a brewery out of Stockholm, Sweden.
Sweden.
Ah,
Sweden.
And of course, you will find Sweden represented in the Winter Olympics by their hockey team and various other winter sports because that's all they know is winter.
Right. I'm assuming they're well represented in the biathlon.
Yes, I believe they are actually.
I mean, that makes sense. What else are they going to do?
Yeah, guns and
skis.
Guns and skis. But the beer we're drinking from Omnipollo tonight is called the ShouTao. And it is a peach slush IPA.
So that would explain the can.
Right.
So it has nothing to do with brain matter, which is what it actually looks like.
Yeah, it looks like melting brain goo, but it's actually just a peach slush. ShouTao is actually a Chinese treat.
Oh, okay.
And it means longevity peach.
There's an actual word for longevity peach?
Yeah, ShouTao.
Well then, this is a learning episode.
There you go. And the ShouTao is, like I said, it's an India Pale Ale brewed with peaches and lactose sugar. And that's where you're going to get your slush from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, after what happened with last week's episode, I'm willing to walk in with this IPA. I'm willing to give it the edge.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm not going to poo-poo it.
Well, okay, again, this is lactose sugar, so it's going to, it should even it out a lot more.
Right.
Hopefully.
There's only one way to find out.
And, as we already mentioned, Bubba is our stunt Sam, so this is why we can have IPAs this week.
That's right.
I do love IPAs.
That's good, because you're about to have one.
The can reminds me of Grimer.
Grimer?
Pokemon.
Who?
Grimer, the Pokemon.
Oh, you see, you're showing your age already.
Yeah, we should also mention that as a young listener, Bubba is much younger than us.
Yeah.
So Bubba's got all your Pokemon.
He is the resident Pokemon expert on the show.
Yes.
So for the younger listeners out there, I assume that was correct.
I assume that's right. I mean, that's not just a younger listener thing. That's a nerd.
I don't know enough about Stars, Charlie, to dispute you.
I want to say that's bullshit, but... All right, then. So we all got our peach slush IPA from Omnipollo, the ShouTao.
The ShouTao. So this is definitely on the hazier side of things.
Yeah, and I'm going to attribute that to the lactose.
Yeah, that makes sense. The head is pretty much non-existent.
Mm-hmm.
Color, Bubba. What would you call this color?
It's very peachy.
You know what? I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
There's a good hint of the peach going on here.
Yeah, it has a tinge to it.
It's sort of a cross between a peach and like a straw.
Yeah.
A peachy straw.
Peachy straw.
I wonder if the Chinese have a word for that.
Probably.
So, on the nose, I guess it's time for us to take a smell of this.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that's an IPA.
A lot of peach, a lot of hop.
A lot of hops.
I'm getting a lot of both off that.
I'm getting more hop than peach.
I'm sure you are. Bubba?
I'm getting a lot of the citrus kind of smell to it. Hoppiness.
Okay. Yeah, I'm getting all the hoppiness that you guys are, but I'm also getting that sweetness.
It's kind of combining, and I know I've used this term a lot lately, but it's kind of combining to get into somewhat of a dank territory.
Yeah, again, I don't think it's dank. I think you're using dank wrong.
Well, I am old, so I don't understand memes like...
Well, not only are you old, but you don't like IPAs either.
These memes, I
going-
don't understand them.
I'm going to revoke your ability to use the word dank.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
That word is off the table for you until you actually start liking IPAs.
All right, so forever then.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more using
It
the
is
word dank.
officially redacted from my lexicon.
Now, if we ever move the show from, PA to Colorado and we start doing,
That's a whole other show.
I'll let you bring it back for that show. If we start smoking sticky icky on a show, I'll let you start using dank again.
All right, I'm fair. I am okay with that.
But it's now banned from the Hop Nation lexicon for you.
For me. Okay, that's fair. I still think I'm right, though.
All right. Well, let's take a taste of this.
It's balanced,
It is.
but it's not completely balanced. To me, it is, like, if you're looking at a teeter-totter, it's balanced. There's not one end that's much heavier than the other, but it's definitely leaning towards the hop side of things rather than the malt side of things.
Okay.
So it's kind of askew.
I guess I'm kind of disappointed. I was expecting more peach and more sweetness than what I got.
It kind of just leans toward just a classic IPA.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of just a classic non-offensive IPA. For me. I mean,
Bubba, you've got the young taste buds.
what does a young boy taste? Does the young boy taste the Pokemon?
Yeah,
That's a weird sentence, and I don't want you to ever say that again.
Banned from the lexicon.
Taste my Pokemons.
yeah. I don't know. I'm not getting a whole lot of like the bitterness from the hops, like as much as I thought it would be. It almost has kind of a different bitter taste, sort of like what you would taste in an orange rind.
Okay, I can get on board with that.
A little bit at the beginning.
So that does bring up an interesting question. Has nothing to do with what you said, but it made me think of something else. What's the IBUs on this?
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, we didn't get into any numbers.
well, yeah, because I kept getting interrupted. I guess I'm gonna blame it on that. But
I'm okay with that.
ABV is 7 and IBUs are 60.
Okay, no, this makes sense
Yeah.
for a 60 IBU.
Yeah. It does. It tastes very much like a 60 IBU, IPA.
Yeah. Huh. I don't hate the beer.
Yeah, I don't hate it. I like I said, I'm kind of disappointed. It does have a little bit of a thicker mouthfeel because of the lactose. I am noticing that. It's a little bit creamy.
Yeah.
In a way. But I guess I just expected more.
I want it all, and I want it now.
That's right.
So with that in mind, what do you say we continue to drink this? Maybe the temperature will change things a little bit on this.
Maybe.
Because we've learned that lesson in the past.
Yeah.
I think it's time we get into some news and notes.
Okay. What do you have for us this week, Adam?
I have a couple of anniversaries for this week.
Okay, dope.
So
what's an anniversary?
Well, an anniversary is a point in time.
Oh, you ass!
You ask. But that's not important right now. That's an airplane joke.
Is that the movie where Denzel Washington lands the airplane upside down?
Oh my God.
Oh no, Airplane has Eddie Murphy. No.
You know, it would have been funnier if you would have said Kevin Hart.
Is that the one that the cover is the airplane twisted
Into a knot, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have no idea what happens in that movie.
I'm sure you don't.
You should watch it at the next available. It is one of the top 10 comedies of all time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bar none. It sets the bar. No, bar none sets the bar.
Yeah.
It is the bar.
Okay. You want to say bar anymore?
No, I just needed to get a wrestling joke in there.
Okay.
And I succeeded.
Gotcha. Somebody watched Raw 25 this week.
Yeah, we're going to get into that too.
Maybe.
Well, no, maybe just off the show.
Oh, yeah.
I got a bitch list. But you want to go local or you want to go national first?
Go ahead. Go national with your anniversaries.
So this week is the anniversary. Actually, the day that we are recording this is actually the true blue anniversary of the first canned beer in America.
Hooray.
So that first happened in 1935.
Neat.
It is.
Who put the first canned beer out?
Who put it out there?
Who
let the cans out? I'm done.
No, keep going. No.
No, that perfectly kind of fits. That's not.
What else you got?
Not much.
Let's go, pun boy.
It was actually provided by the Gottfried Kruger Brewery out of Richmond, Virginia.
Okay, that doesn't sound like something that's around anymore.
No, they're not.
Okay then.
No, but by the end of 1935, there were 37 other breweries that had adopted the can for beers.
Fair enough. And I'm assuming that this was probably like a Pilsner.
Actually, it was a cream ale.
Oh, really? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I just guessed by the German names. And
Right, exactly. And the only reason that they agreed to do the canning is because the American Can Company said, we will give you all the equipment for free.
Fair enough.
So they weren't out anything. Like, yeah, screw it, we'll put beer in that.
All right, then.
So, happy anniversary to the beer can.
Yeah,
So,
cool.
the other anniversary is much more local to the Pittsburgh area.
Okay.
But Spoonwood Brewing
Yes.
is going to be celebrating their third anniversary
Yes.
in the next week or two.
I believe it's actually a celebration through the week.
Yes, it is a week-long celebration, including a Groundhog Day happy hour.
Hooray.
So,
Is that happening?
on Groundhog
Well,
Day.
no, I know. I'm assuming it's happening on February 2nd. I'm saying, are we getting there early in the ass morning?
And then having Sonny and Cher on the radio as soon as we get in.
Right. Like,
I would assume so.
like,
That only makes sense.
yeah, is this an early morning thing?
That I don't know. I can only assume that Andy McDowell will be there.
Okay.
Because what the hell else is she going to do?
Well, what's Chris Elliott doing right now?
I think he's still riding that something about Mary money.
I don't think so. Yeah, because they pull that groundhog out like 9 in the morning or so.
No, it's like 6 in the morning.
Earlier. I don't. I've been, and it sucked. It was terrible.
Well, were you drinking at the time?
No.
Were you
Cold, yes.
Well, that is also true. Yeah.
Was I cold? Absolutely.
Yeah. Bubba, have you ever gone and seen the groundhog?
I have not.
At Gobbler's Knob.
Never.
That's the name.
I know.
Gobbler's Knob.
I know. I don't care. I'll still laugh at it.
Because everybody is 16.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
And it's still funny.
Give a shit. That's funny.
So you should go at least once.
Okay.
It's worth the trip once. And then don't ever go again.
Never again.
Go. You've been there. You're good.
It's the most exciting 2 minutes of your life. Not even 2 minutes.
Not even.
I mean, let's be honest. They're pulling a rodent out of a stump.
Yeah.
Much to his dismay.
Right. He doesn't give a crap.
Right.
Yeah. He just wants breakfast. So he just gets held up. Okay, great. He gets put back in the stump, and everybody gets on buses and goes home.
Yeah. So your plan should be get annihilated, wasted before you get there.
Mm-hmm.
That way, like, you're warm, and then you can sober up by the time they pull the groundhog out.
Yeah.
And then after that's over, go get pancakes.
Right. So I will say, if and when you get annihilated, please do so responsibly.
Now, is this something you start drinking and just drink through the night and stay up?
Pretty much.
Or do you go to bed and wake up early?
If you're going to get up early, you got to get up like 2 in the morning. So at that point in time, you may as well just just ride the wave all the way through.
Plan it as you will, but those are some hot tips for Groundhog Day.
Yes, if you're gonna do that, do that.
Yeah.
Don't half-ass it. Whole-ass it.
Well, I got a news story as well.
Okay.
That is actually somewhat related to an anniversary of sorts.
Oh, all right.
So the founder of the Brewers Association.
Those guys and gals.
No, the founder.
No, I get that. I get that.
Yeah. But the founder of the Brewers Association, who's also the founder of the Great American Beer Fest and the Homebrewers Association.
Okay.
And he's also the founder of National Pie Day.
Are you talking March 14th?
No, I mean like this week, Pie Day.
Oh, like actual food pie.
Yeah, food
not
pie.
March 14th.
No.
Nerd joke.
Those aren't synonymous?
Pie and pie?
Yeah, like...
They're actually not synonymous, no.
So there's 2 pie days.
Yeah. There's one celebrating actual pie.
Ah. And then the other one that's celebrating actual pie.
Right. There's one celebrating pie the food, and then one celebrating pie the number.
I thought they just lumped them together on the same day.
No, that's the nerds on 314 adopting the other one because they have no other way to actually represent that other than listing off that number for as long as they can. So they're like, well, that's going to make everybody hate us, so let's just make pies for that instead. Of course, we're talking about Charlie Papazian.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. But his anniversary that he's celebrating was he had his birthday on the 23rd.
Well, then happy birthday.
Yeah, that's his 70th birthday. And
okay.
with that, he's announced his retirement from the Brewers Association.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I mean, it makes sense to me. He's kind of done everything for the craft beer community.
What else is there? Right.
Yeah.
Unless he's actually able to buy AB InBev.
Yeah. I still don't think they've raised that money yet.
No, I think they're still a couple $100 billion short.
Right. Still probably short on that goal. So I think he's just ready to pack it in. He's done as best he can, and now he can just set his children free, I guess.
That's a weird way to put it.
Yeah, it is. But you think about it, it's just like, I've done all I can. Yeah. It's up to you now. And maybe from now on, he just kind of lives on as like a Smokey the Bear type spokesman.
Just wearing a big hat?
Yeah, just wearing a big hat and just like shows up and only you can stop drinking Budweiser.
Can we put that on a t-shirt?
Yes.
I don't care about copyright infringement right now.
No.
We're on a roll.
Only you can stop drinking macros is
I like that. I like that. Well, congratulations to him.
Yeah.
To a long and fruitful career.
Yeah.
We salute you.
Well, no, he's not having a career anymore. He's retired.
Yeah, but he had one.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating his past.
I don't. I celebrate the future.
Wow, very nice.
And according to him, his future holds that he was going to sit down and have a homemade pie and then probably grab a craft beer out of the one of 4 taps he has in his home.
I mean, that guy's living a pretty good life.
Well, I mean, you would think
right.
The creator of the greatest beer festival ever and the creator of the Brewers Association and all this other shit, he would have at least 2 taps in his house.
And he has doubled expectations.
He has 4.
Yes.
How many taps do you have in your house, Bubba?
Absolutely 0.
That's right.
Well then, you're just like the rest of us. Yeah. Although I do have equipment here to get myself a kegerator operating here in the next month or 2.
Oh, good.
So stay tuned for that. That might actually be a good web series for our hopnationusa.com
YouTube
website.
No, we do have a YouTube.
Oh, that's right. We do have a YouTube.
Yeah, it's just all the episodes, but we didn't ever talk about it because there's nothing of interest of it.
No, because it's just a logo, isn't it?
Well, I mean, it's the episodes and the logo.
Right,
and
right.
That's it. I think it's also a Podbean logo.
I mean, that's all right.
Yeah, but I mean, we do have a YouTube that we could upload said series to.
Nice.
Yeah.
We should do that.
Yeah, we could. if you're ready to watch a 75-part series of Steve calling a door a bitch.
Wait. I believe this requires further explanation.
I just imagine that's how much it's going to take for me to cut a hole in the door.
Oh, okay. All right. No, that's fair.
Yeah. I feel like if we do this, it's going to be a lot like the Red Green. If
they can't find your hands, at least find your find you handy. So, what do you guys think of this beer that we are drinking? This weird peach slush IPA from Sweden.
The more I drank it, the more I actually enjoyed it.
That's fair.
Yeah. It's still somewhat disappointing because it didn't come up as sweet or peach flavored.
It was nothing.
Yeah.
It's just a solid IPA.
Yeah, I was hoping for more peach, but it is just solid, middle of the road.
Because you're a bit of an IPA guy, Bubba.
I like the bitter. The bitter, the better.
The bitters.
The bitter, the better. Man, we are just jamming out T-shirts.
Print.
Yep. We're going to be making money off of this episode.
Printing money.
So for me, I have to go back to my old ways and silo it a little bit. For the style, not too bad. Would I grab it on my own again? No.
Nobody would expect you to.
Nope. But that's I mean, I'm not really breaking ranks with that one.
No. No, you're not.
Let's be perfectly honest.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not breaking rank, but you don't hate it, so that means it's a little bit okay.
Correct. And I believe what little peach there is helps things. It helps to balance things out a little bit.
Yeah.
But there's just too much hop.
Okay.
Too much.
Not enough peach.
Not enough peach.
So can we circle back to what is a slush IPA?
It's because of the lactose.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's it? I really thought this thing was going to come out chunky.
Oh.
Initially.
I mean, maybe. No, I think it's just because they decided, I think they coined the phrase slush IPA simply because they put lactose into an IPA. I don't even think that's necessary.
I don't think that's a recognized style or anything like that.
Right. I know another couple other people in America are throwing lactose in IPAs nowadays, so.
Everybody's just making up shit nowadays.
Pretty much.
Let's throw bananas and nickels in here and see what happens.
I mean, if you go back to our Grist House episode, the guys from Grist House were saying there's no styles anymore. Just do whatever you want.
Yeah. Does it taste good? Great. Do it.
Yeah. Does it taste great? Okay. Make it again.
Yeah. Exactly. So what do you guys think that we take a break?
Yeah.
All right.
Get another beer in a chamber.
Mm-hmm.
And come back for segment 2.
Okie doke. Can do.
Okay.
Say bye, Bubba.
Bye, Bubba.
Check this out. There's a Seattle company called Devore that enables discovery of new and exciting beers and breweries. Devore gets the best independent beer from literally around the world. Denmark, New Zealand, Belgium, and of course everywhere in the US. The app is incredibly simple to use to get some ridiculously good beers delivered right to your door. Welcome back, Hop Nation. We are here. We got beer, but we still don't have a Sam. But we do have a stunt Sam with Bubba. Bubba, welcome back for segment 2. For those that can't see him, which is everybody that's listening, he is flexing a la Hulk Hogan. And I'm okay with that. With his 8-inch pythons.
These squirt guns I got.
That's right.
He's a tiny little boy.
Svelte. I believe the word is svelte.
Svelte. You know what? You haven't mentioned that we're on episode 44.
Yes.
I just wanted to point that out.
Do you want me to give you a sports reference?
Nope.
Okay, good.
I want Bubba to give me a sports reference.
It is time.
Shoot.
On the spot, son.
That's right. 44. What you got? And 2 Deuce Dailies does not count.
Double deuce.
One after Palomalu.
That was last week. That's old news. Come on. You're better than this.
I don't even know anybody that has number 44.
Say Casey Kane.
Casey Kane.
No, it's not Casey Kane.
Yes.
It's never Casey Kane.
I don't know, Adam.
Casey Kane's
2 to
34.
Not even close.
God damn it. Bubba, if you just would have stuck with it, I would have said it's 2 to 1, and we could just move on.
We're 4 away from Jimmy Johnson.
True. But that's still not 44. I can get you guys one and we can move on.
Yeah, just do it and then let's move on.
Okay. Isn't Roosevelt Nix 44?
Rosie Nix?
Yeah.
Sure.
He is now.
Brooks Orpik, move on.
44. Brooks Orpik.
Oh, I forgot about that.
But only when he played for the Penguins because
Right.
we don't talk about him when he plays for the Caps.
No. Okay, move on.
Moving along.
Next beer.
Well, hold on.
Next beer, go.
Yeah, okay. So we are pleased to have an international flavor.
International beers.
And we have a very, very special guest. Pitbull will be here.
Oh, Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide. That's a total lie. We missed out on Mr. Worldwide.
We didn't miss out. I would never allow him on this show.
See, I totally would.
Well, it's 2 to 1 again, so.
No, I don't know that I heard Bubba weigh in on this.
No, I'm just using an extra vote.
You just muscling him out?
Yep.
Okay, all right. Is this like a Roger and me situation?
Yes, I'm just
Where
taking.
I get 1 vote to talk to him, and you're like, "No, get away."
I've gerrymandered this into 2 votes.
So,
No Mr. Worldwide.
So on this Pitbull episode, we are traveling to the beautiful country of Belgium.
Mm-hmm.
Hallo, ich bin Berliner Weisse will be the topic for segment 2.
And this is coming from
Belgium.
the brewery. There's a brewery.
You don't know that.
No, I do know that.
McKellar.
Yes, the McKellar Brewery,
Yes.
which is actually pretty popular.
Nope, never heard of him before tonight.
Well, you haven't, maybe.
No, that's a total lie. I've totally heard of them. So this is actually they have several varieties of their Berliner Weisse. And this is their mango flavored. Not quite the peach that we had in segment 1.
Yes.
But we're drinking healthy tonight.
Sticking with tropical fruits and, well, I mean, I don't know if I'd call a peach a tropical fruit, but it's definitely like a southern growing fruit.
Yeah, pitted.
Yeah.
Wait,
yeah.
do mangoes have pits?
No. No, they don't.
I don't know. I don't eat mangoes.
Neither do I. I don't like mangoes.
After SNL in the 90s, couldn't do it.
No, what I'm getting at is we're drinking beers from countries that don't have these fruits.
You know, you're absolutely right. I don't think I've ever had a Belgian mango.
Yeah, we don't get Belgian mangoes or Swedish peaches.
Although Swedish Peaches does sound like a good band name.
Yeah, that's not, well, yeah.
Swedish Peaches, that
Yeah,
kind of rolls off the tongue.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Bubba, start a band and we're going to call it that.
Your garage band is now called Swedish Peaches.
By the way, you're on Keytar.
Guitar?
Yeah, we're
Yes.
on Keytar.
This is definitely voted 2-1 against you.
I don't even know what guitar.
No,
Keytar.
the Keytar.
The keytar. It's like a guitar, but it's a keytar.
See, you're showing your age again.
Oh.
Because the old fogies know what we're talking about. The
no
Keytar
idea.
from the 80s, where it was like the keyboard, but it looked like a guitar. The Keytar.
The guitar.
Yeah, come on, man.
Like
you gotta
the
keep up.
synthesizer sound.
Yeah, Flock
okay.
of Seagulls action.
Okay.
Right.
Devo.
Even Dragon Force has used the keytar before.
Have they really?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not a Dragon Force fan. I'll be
I'm just
honest.
telling you.
I heard their one song.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Well,
the one song that everybody knows.
Yeah.
Still playing in all their tracks.
Yeah.
It just keeps going.
Let's drink some beer.
Get to the beer.
So a little bit of information.
Yeah. Numbers?
Numbers. There's a 3 involved.
Ooh, this better not be a 3%.
3.7.
Ooh.
Why are
Yeah.
you mad about that?
I'm mad at any beer under 4.
Why?
Because that's bullshit and I might as well just be drinking not beer.
No.
I'm pretty sure I went on a rant before about how I hate the idea of table beer coming into fashion.
Well, yeah, I kind of tuned you out, so I didn't really listen.
Of course you did, because you like little baby beers like this.
I like all beers except for IPAs and other ones that are terrible.
Might as well be drinking O'Doul's.
Exactly. I'm not in a recovery program, so I don't need this trash in my life.
I think you do.
Thank you, Bubba. 2-1 on this one.
We got him this time.
I think this is a good golfing beer. I haven't even had it yet.
Well, looking at it,
Yeah, let's focus on the beer and not your hatred towards anything that isn't a 15% barley wine.
all right. Looking at it, though, it looks like
Not
pee.
much. I would go with maybe a cider.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of got a light cider look to it.
Yeah, it's very much a light cider.
Nice, actually, a very nice fluffy head on it.
It does have a fluffy kind of Hefeweizen head to it.
Yeah, not quite the
Right.
heavy fluff, but still quite nice.
Yeah,
Quite
I mean,
nice.
we are in the Berliner Weiss, so
right.
okay. That makes sense.
Effervescence there's some there. It's not too much.
No, not too bubbly.
Nope. But yeah, it is a very, very light color. Head is a nice white on the nose. You can definitely tell that it's in Berliner Weiss territory.
Yeah, sour boy time.
Yep. So maybe that's a good thing Sam isn't here.
No, Sam likes sours. I don't like sours.
Wrong person.
Oh, well,
It's a bad thing Sam isn't here to tag in for me.
he can just finish your beer.
Right.
So, Bubba, are you a sour fan?
I am not. So I was gonna say you
2-1.
can pretend to be Sam. I'll pretend to be Steve. Or no, I'll be Bubba. Not Steve.
You can stay Bubba.
Steve will be Sam. I'll be Bubba. There we go.
We'll get you some stilts and like shave a dog and glue its hair to your
There you
face.
go.
You can be me, but
That's a... Okay, you know what? Yeah, I can see that.
yeah.
Yeah. Let's make that happen.
Just a mangy dog hair.
There's got to be a humane society around here somewhere.
Yeah, mangy dog hair and some painter's stilts. You can do it all right.
Yeah, okay.
Just never take your hat off.
Let's drink this damn beer.
Oh, I was going to say, on the nose, I don't smell any mango.
No, it's all sour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just smells like sour.
Yeah, it's all Sour City. On the taste, though, it's not all Sour City.
No, it's not.
I'm not offended.
You sound like me when it comes to IPAs.
Well, I'm having a very Adam moment this week.
You have to silo things.
Because I don't like this and I would not drink it on a regular basis, but it's not terrible.
Right, exactly. Bubba, you're going to have to break the tie here. Well, there isn't really a tie, but it sounded a lot more dramatic.
Well, we don't know there's a tie because you didn't say if you liked it or not.
Well, in my head, I already knew.
Okay, fair enough.
So he tipped his hand.
Yeah.
So as far as sours goes, I agree that it's not super sour. It definitely has that hint there. But again, I'm looking for the mango flavor, and it's not there. Its style kind of just is it.
It kind of like the first beer.
Yeah.
Like and we've had this conversation before where there are a lot of breweries that will try to tout a certain fruit or flavor or something like that, and they don't bring it. It's very well hidden.
Yeah.
And it's kind of frustrating.
Very frustrating.
It's frustrating.
So frustrating. Yeah, I'm not getting mango flavor. I'm not getting much of anything. I'm getting a strange aftertaste that's very kind of dry. And
it is a bit on the dry side. I'll give you that.
Kind of like that cidery kind of aftertaste.
Little bit.
Yeah. This is much more sour than it is mango.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and that's not saying much though because it's non-mango.
It just had to be a little sour to make that happen.
Right. It's not a pucker beer by any stretch of the imagination.
And actually, this is kind of what I would hope for from a Berliner Weisse. That is just a little bit sour.
Yeah.
Like when you call a beer an actual sour, then I'm braced.
Exactly. Right. You can go whole hog on a sour. Berliner Weisse, you kind of gotta pull it back. It's sort of like it's sort of like a pale ale versus an IPA. You know, there are limits on the pale ale to keep it reasonable. IPA, you can do whatever you damn well please.
Yeah.
You could take a fistful of hops and punch a guy in the face and call it an IPA if you truly wanted to.
Right. I guess we can just sit on this for a while.
I'm not gonna sit on it. I'm gonna let it stay on the table.
Well, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm going to take a break from it, I guess.
That's fair.
I'm not super impressed with it. I don't think it's really going to change anything.
Yeah, I don't think this is a temperature-dependent beer that much.
No, I don't think it's temperature dependent. I don't think I'm going to find anything new that I found.
You're not going to have a whole new world. You're not going to be swept off your feet on a magic carpet.
No. So I think we can move on.
It is time.
It's time for the Brewer's Inquisition.
Oh, nobody expects the Brewer's Inquisition.
I don't know what that is.
I know, of course you don't.
Because
I did not expect it.
Because we decided it without you.
That's right. Just like everything else on this episode.
So I just named it right now. In fact, that is the Brewer's Inquisition. But we're going to have a little Q&A session with our guest host tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, we usually spend a little bit time getting to know guests on the show. So we're going to get to know Bubba.
That's right. Woo-hoo. Seeing as you are a guest host.
Yes.
There we go.
Guest is the first word in that.
Yes.
So, are you ready?
I am ready.
Good. To start off, what was your first legal beer?
Miller Lite.
Okay.
That was really quick. It sounds like there's a story behind that.
Actually, when I turned 21, I absolutely hated beer. Could not drink it, could not stomach it.
You were that kid in college.
Instant puke. Hits the back of my gullet, and it's coming right back.
Let me guess. You were the kid that always brought the liquor.
Rum and whiskey.
I knew it. I knew it.
Calico Jack was like.
So again, he's 21, so of course he's bringing Calico Jack.
Right, exactly. It's either that or Admiral Nelson.
Yeah. Admiral Nelson's a shelf up. That's a bit much.
That's after payday.
Yeah. You can't get Calico Jack and whiskey.
So what is the story? Was that on your 21st birthday?
No. Well, yeah, probably. I pretty much.
Those are your options.
I pretty much drank liquor my 21st birthday most of the way, and a couple beers intermittent to kind of subside the liquor.
I got you. Kind of take the edge off a little bit.
Fair enough.
Miller Lite was what I drank initially off the bat because I was made fun of a lot for not drinking beer with the people I hung out with.
I get that.
So peer pressure is like, I gotta learn how to drink beer.
It's a beautiful thing.
So I would come home and in the summer just hang out and just have a beer. And that was the only one I was able to stomach for a while.
It was Miller Lite.
Miller Lite.
Really?
Yep.
Huh.
Wow.
Okay. Yingling was too beery.
Oh my.
I know.
Oh
Too
my.
multi.
I'm telling you, the bar was set low.
Oh no, too multi on a Yingling.
Yeah.
Okay, so I guess let's jump forward in time then. What was your first craft beer, and when did you start to appreciate beer for not being ucky, as a 10-year-old would say?
So once I was able to slug down Miller Lights, I moved on to things like Milwaukee's Best, and that.
Wait. You're supposed to be moving forward.
No, hold on. This makes good sense as progression.
Okay.
You gotta walk on coals before.
Yeah. Basically, I had been through the worst, so it didn't take long to become, all right, beer's good.
Okay.
And then I went to school in Erie, and we discovered that Brewery had specials on Thursday night. You could buy pint glasses for $5 and go back, and they'd fill any craft with any of their beer list, $2, full pint.
Do they still do that? Because I kind of want to go.
I don't know. I haven't been up in Erie on a Thursday night for quite some time.
We can change that.
We got breweries to interview up there.
Yeah, exactly. And I got days off I can use.
So, first craft brew would have been their Apparition Ale.
Okay.
And we used to get those pretty religiously. So we picked Apparition Ale because it came in at a nice 6.9%, which was one of the higher percent beers they had.
Getting your money's
So
worth.
why not?
There you go.
Getting your money's
Poor
worth.
college kid, $2 a beer, slug the highest alcohol you could.
No, that makes complete
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah, okay.
Complete sense.
Down with that. So moving from Apparition Ale to what has become some of your favorites now as an adult with a refined palate.
I do love Southern Tiers brews a lot, specifically their 2X IPA.
Yeah.
That's probably my go-to nowadays. If I see that out, it's pretty abundant in the area.
It is, yeah.
If we're talking craft beer, obviously I love my Yingling, but that's
Oh, geez.
we won't go there.
Oh, geez.
We could throw Black and Tan into the craft beer.
So I guess that brings up another question. In terms of your styles, you kind of tipped your hand a little bit there, but what are your favorite styles that you like to drink?
I really like IPAs, and
Ooh.
I know.
Nah, that's all right.
IPAs, pale ales.
Somebody's got to drink them.
Of course. The more citrusy kind of IPAs are kind of in my wheelhouse. And then I've recently started to like stouts and porters more. They used to
buddy.
not tickle my fancy so much, but
I mean, it's stout weather now.
it is.
Yeah,
it
it's
is.
stout with it.
This beer is not stout weather.
No, this is the exact opposite.
This is sitting in a sundress with mangoes on it, on the porch.
I mean,
not that I do that, but
You do you.
I'm thinking of someone in particular that would really love this beer.
Okay, dude.
Hey, judgment-free zone.
We are a progressive show, so however you want to be.
You've never worn a breezy dress.
No, can't say that I have.
Neither have I. The thing we're all in common here.
As long as there's absolutely no follow-up questions.
The closest I can get you is a long shirt and my underwear.
Well, yeah, everybody's got to go to the mailbox.
Right.
Isn't yours like?
That's fine.
It's a decent height.
It's fine. It's a progressive neighborhood.
Yeah. No, I don't live in a progressive neighborhood.
You barely live in a neighborhood.
I know. All right, so your love for craft beer actually turned you into a homebrewer, didn't it?
It did.
Didn't it?
You better answer this right, damn it.
You're right.
With the help of Adam in the kick in the right direction.
Do it right. That's right. I was actually there for the inaugural brew. It turned out pretty decent.
And what was that?
It was an amber ale, just Northern Brewers amber ale kit.
Okay, so you started kid as everybody else.
I did.
A tale as old as time. Mm-hmm. But I will give him credit. He jumped right past the Mr. Beer.
Yeah.
Thank God for that.
Well, yeah. Everybody should jump past Mr. Beer. That's just a trick.
That's just a waste of money.
Yeah.
Just a waste of money.
Right.
So what are some of the recipes that you've been brewing up lately?
So after I got out of doing kits and just picking up random stuff from Brewer's Best, I then decided to try and do some big beers. I made a double IPA, which was a kick in the teeth with hops. And then I recently made a Christmas stout. It turned out to be more of a chocolate cinnamon stout then it was supposed to be kind of like a nutty cinnamon stout.
I mean, that still sounds like a pretty good combination.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of like what the prairie bombs are kind of like. They're a little bit spicy with cinnamon.
Yeah.
So
Which I can get behind that.
yeah, I can get behind that too.
Yeah. I'm going to peel back the curtain a little bit. That double IPA that you created, there seems to be a bit of a story with that. In so much that we had been talking about it earlier. And you royally screwed it up. And then but what happened was you royally screwed it up to make it better.
Okay, I don't know this story, so...
Oh, you don't?
No, you guys are going to have to let me in. Yeah.
Okay. So, with this double IPA, what the original plan was you had to create 6 gallons worth of wort.
Yeah.
And since it was an extract, you're going to use water to get up to your 6 gallon limit.
Right.
Well, somebody who shall remain nameless, Bubba, only gave...
Just said it was going to be nameless.
Guess what? I lied. So he accidentally made a 5 gallon batch.
Okay.
So the original double IPA was supposed to be like 8.5%.
Yeah, it was supposed to come in like 8-9%.
Yeah, as a 6 gallon batch.
Right.
However, he only went to 5 gallons.
Yeah.
So it ended up as pretty much just rocket fuel.
Okay.
And it was up in the 12s?
Yeah, it ended up around there.
Yeah.
Well, okay, if you're actually pushing the 12s with that, you're now in triple IPA territory.
Okay.
So congratulations.
Yeah.
Woohoo. I did a thing.
Bubba's famous double triple IPA.
Well, you've done something that I've never done and Steve has never done.
Okay.
Made a triple IPA.
There we go.
Well, yeah, because you never let us brew IPAs.
It's my equipment. You're damn right.
I'm not
gonna
bitchy. I don't want all that hops in there.
That's right.
It smells bad.
No fuggle, no beer.
So with the 5 gallon batch, I learned the valuable lesson of headspace in your carboy. Because I only had a 5 gallon carboy. So that thing was bubbling over. Luckily, Adam had clued me in on using a blow-off tube, or else I would have had beer everywhere.
Oh yeah, yeah. You'd have had a mess, and you would have been sleeping on the porch for the next 3 months.
Yeah, there was a large portion of the Krausen that ended up down the tube and in the gallon.
In the collection, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we've had that before
Oh,
ourselves.
yeah. Yeah, we've definitely done that with most of our stouts. Lined up with fucking Krausen everywhere.
Right. Yeah. It's ugly, but it works a hell of a lot better than just the bubbler.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I will never use one of those again.
Not even later on?
Especially not later on. Actually, I don't do secondaries anymore.
You don't even switch out your tube later on?
Nope.
Just for funs?
Just for funsies.
This is for funsies.
You don't get worried about looking at it?
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Let it ride, baby. Just let it ride.
Yeah, they take care of themselves. I mean, mostly for switching to secondary, it's usually just to clear it up and like get the schmutz out.
We've had to do that with 1 or 2 simply because there was so much shit in there.
Too much.
And that was a good opportunity to put stuff in, additional flavoring and stuff like that. But vast majority of the time, we don't do secondary.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do secondary on the cinnamon stout because I had a steep bag flash and cook to the bottom, and all that grain, most of that grain ended up in the boil. So happy little mistakes with all the beers.
So
There you
did that beer turn out well?
It did.
So what I'm hearing is you have to do that every time you make that recipe again.
Mess it up.
You got to recreate your accidents.
One thing I played with that was adding the cinnamon later on, making a tincture with vodka.
Yes.
And cinnamon is a very bold flavor.
Yeah, you can go overboard real easy.
It's on that hairy edge of being too much, so it could have been dialed back a little bit.
So next time.
Yeah, that's actually something I did when we did our Mexican hot chocolate stout. That I made a little tincture of a broken up cinnamon stick, put in some vodka. And
That's what I did.
it works.
For me, that's pretty much the only reason I have vodka in the house.
Yeah.
You don't feel Russian.
That's right. The potato juice. So speaking of Europeans,
This Euro trash.
Euro trash.
Berliner Weisse.
Well, before we get into that, I do want to thank Bubba for coming on the show. Thank you for spending a little bit of time. We can get to know you a little bit better.
Hey, thanks for having me.
No problem. No problem. All right, you're out of the way. Let's talk about beer again.
I'll go twiddle my thumbs.
There you go. But no, this Mikkeller, the Ich bin ein Berliner, the mango variety. Mm-hmm. Bubba, we're going to start with you. What were your thoughts on this beer? That you had a little bit more time to drink it, past your initial thoughts.
It didn't really change from start to finish. It was a light sour. I really looked for like the mango and kind of those fruity notes, and they just never got there. So I was a little sad in that. I'm not a huge sour fan, so I don't know that this is a knockout of the park for me.
Steve, I know I'm going to fight the uphill battle, but I got to ask you anyways. What were your thoughts on this beer?
You know, I wasn't impressed with it in the beginning, and in the end, I actually started to get sick of it because...
Really?
Yeah. I started to develop the strange coating on my mouth where it actually feels like I've been eating a bunch of gummy worms or like the peach rings. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm getting a real kind of gross, sick, sweet.
Like you immediately had to go home and brush your teeth?
Yeah.
Got sweaters on your teeth.
Yeah. It's getting, I'm getting like this sickly sweet taste in my mouth that's just lingering, and I don't like it.
Too much.
Yeah.
Too much.
Too much. And of course, it's just everything else is just it's a weak beer. Initially it reminded me of that Stillwater that we had a couple weeks ago.
Which one was that one?
It was a Stillwater that was like a really thin pale ale that was also around.
Oh, that micro.
Mm-hmm, the micro.
Yeah, it had a really cool can, and then it didn't do anything else besides that.
And it was like it was also like 3.5%. It barely had any flavor profile.
Right.
I was reminded of that with this.
Okay.
With a little bit more fruit flavor from a gummy worm.
So you're saying it was basically like a tequila for a 16-year-old where they just put a gummy worm in just apple juice?
A tequila for a 16-year-old in Belgium because they would be able to drink that. Just put a gummy worm in one of these Berliner Weisses, and that's your kickoff to drinking as a young adult.
We could do that. We could just start that as a local thing.
Let's not.
Okay, guys won't.
Let's drink better beer.
Okay. I didn't mind this beer personally. I didn't mind it. I understand what you guys are saying in terms of the peach rings.
Right.
I'm kind of getting that a little bit, and I understand what you're saying, Bubba, where the mango didn't really show up at all. It kind of has a similar problem as the first beer that we had, where it's supposed to have a flavor, but that flavor didn't really show up.
Yeah.
Nearly as much as what I expected it to. I still enjoyed it. I liked it as a Berliner Weiss because it was sour without being a sour, and I like those beers. So I had no problem with the beer. Did I absolutely love it? No.
Yeah.
No. But is it an abomination upon God? No.
Well, to you. I think this moves us farther from God's light.
Wow.
By making little candy beers that don't even have alcohol in them. That's worse than pastry stouts.
Well, while Steve figures out the meaning of life with beers below 4%, I believe it's time that we take a break. We reload again with a third beer. Hopefully this is one that Steve will enjoy.
I hope so, too.
Because we're going to need that in our life. Otherwise, I'm going to be upset.
Yes.
So, stay tuned, Hop Nation. We'll be right back. Nation, segment 3. Let's do this. It's time to go worldwide stout. No, it's not.
No, we're not doing worldwide stout.
No, we've already had at least one version of the worldwide stout on here.
That's episode 25.
Probably one of the best beers we've had on this show.
Yes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to keep that one for the first anniversary show.
Yes.
No, we are. We're gonna rent out a theater. We're gonna get tuxes, and we're gonna have an anniversary show.
Wow, that's a lofty goal for when we don't have that many listeners.
Like with Johnny Carson, You are correct, sir. We can rent a guy to do that.
Okay, sure.
Sam's going to pay for it.
Sure. You have a lot of lofty goals, sir, that none were discussed with me, but that's great. I'm glad you're a dreamer.
Aren't we all?
As you mentioned, though, that was one of the best beers. I think it's time that we move on to our third beer for the night.
Yes. And hopefully it rivals.
I hope.
I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening either,
but I hope so.
But
so it is time
let's give it its fair due and see what's up.
To turn it over to our guest host, Bubba. Bubba, you have the floor.
So instead of going worldwide, we're taking a biblical journey through the Garden of Eden. I'm sorry. Stupid.
That's okay. No. We'll help you walk you through this one.
You've heard some of the crap that we've come up with, right?
Yeah.
I tried.
See, this is like your first episode. Yeah, we're on 44, but this is number 1 for you. So
right. There's going to be some growing pains.
Sounded a lot better in my head.
And that's okay. So what are we drinking?
So our third beer comes to us from Tool. From
I think he's making fun of us.
Tool. Taste this beer. This beer comes in from, I guess, Copenhagen, Denmark. This brewery is actually a gypsy brewery.
So what do you mean by a gypsy brewery?
They don't actually own their own equipment or brick and mortar facility. They use excess capacity at other breweries.
Oh, okay.
Available fermenters, time to brew.
Okay, that's an interesting approach.
So they're the free spirit brewers.
So it's an assumption that it's coming from Copenhagen. It could be coming from any brewery in the European area.
Who knows? They could be going international themselves, and it could be made in Newark.
Right.
We don't know that.
They actually have a brew pub, I believe, in Copenhagen. That's why they're kind of technically from there, but they don't brew there.
That's why they're calling that home base.
I'm willing to agree with that.
Okay.
That's what's going to happen. Copenhagen.
They got a P.O. box there.
Send your fan mail here.
That's what gypsies do. They have P.O. box.
So what are we drinking?
So this beer is the Garden of Eden. It is an IPA with lots of fruit. It's brewed with guava, papaya, mango, passion fruit, and apricots. So hopefully we get some of those fruit flavors that we missed out on.
All known for being native to Denmark.
Oh yeah, totally. It's on the flag and everything.
Right.
All those warm weather fruits. This beer comes in at a healthy 6.4%.
Okay,
so
I can dig it.
It's a beer.
Yes.
And it comes in at 69 IBUs. So it is
the highest of the night.
Yeah. Both both in alcohol and in IBUs.
So you're bringing the ruckus with this one.
Bringing the heat.
I like it.
No, it's not the highest in ABV.
Oh no, it wasn't. We were up in the 7s with the first one.
was the 7s.
Yeah.
Okay.
You damn liar.
Screwing it up.
Come on.
Again, it's your first episode. We'll
No,
let
we
it
had
go.
to play nice. We had to play nice.
Yeah.
I can't remember that long ago.
Goddamn screw up. Goddamn millennials and their short attention spans.
And your Pokemans.
The worst. All right.
All right, pop it open. All right, well, we have our 2 old beers.
Now that we are officially poured out.
Yeah. Interesting fact, it takes 10,000 days to brew this.
I did not know that.
I know, I bet you didn't.
Because you just made it up?
Well, it's a tool joke.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. Yeah, that was a fastball right down the middle and I whiffed.
Who are you to not get that joke?
I don't know. I don't know. Man.
I'm getting them in today. But yes, this is a nice, has an orange.
It is. It's kind of funny because this is a fairly light beer, yet this is the darkest of the 3 that we've had tonight.
Yes, the darkest of the 3 beers we've had tonight, and it's only barely, it's only barely an orange.
Right.
Like a darker than a straw.
It's definitely on the hazier side of things. I don't even know if hazy is the word for it, but
hazy,
opaque?
populated. Populated
There
is the
you
word
go.
for it
Okay.
because there is a lot of shit floating around in it.
Yeah, that was one thing that I noticed looking at the bottle before we cracked it open.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some float arounds going on in there.
There is a layer of yeast and schmutz sitting at the bottom, so we rolled it before we popped it open.
We're getting smarter on this show.
On the nose, well, somebody else might want to go for an explanation on that.
I'm going to give that one to Bubba.
Defer to Bubba for a moment.
Yeah, as is tradition.
Yeah, I kind of get kicked in the nose with apricots right away.
Okay, yeah, that's what I couldn't identify the fruit, but yeah, it's definitely apricots that are way up front on that. Yeah, apricots and hop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Apricots are bringing the heat.
Would you consider it a hoppercot?
Ha, no.
Damn.
I know.
Damn. Well, maybe you should. That way I can be right.
An apricot.
Even better.
Yeah, there's a lot of citrus and fruit flavors floating around in there, and it's not dominated with hops like the
No.
The ShouTao had a lot more hop up front.
The slushy.
Yes, the slush. The slush peach slush IPA. But we'll see how this tastes, I guess.
think there's only one more move to make.
Yes.
Drag it.
Down the hatch. Wow, I was expecting like a real schism in my palate.
That's 2.
No, that's 3. You missed one.
What was the other one?
I'm not going to tell you. You have to go figure
I got to go
it
back
out.
and listen again.
Yep.
Damn it.
I was expecting a real schism between the fruit and the hop and everything. But no, everything is blended together really well. This is a fine-tuned, just well-crafted IPA.
Bubba, what are your thoughts on the situation?
He couldn't have said it better. I mean, it definitely blends the fruit flavor very nicely, and it keeps the more bitter hops at bay.
I completely agree. This is actually a pretty decent beer.
Yeah.
It's well balanced.
It really is. It's strange that, again, it's called out that it was like 69 IBUs. But, like, I'm not getting any bitterness.
Nor am I.
I'm getting hop flavor, but it's not overpowering or anything.
There's no bitterness. It doesn't have that hop residue or anything like that.
Right. Yeah, the back end is completely clear.
So whoever rolled this rolled it right.
Ooh.
So
Some experience in rolling.
champion. That's a whole other show.
Bubba, professional beer roller.
So you're saying he could roll out the barrel?
I guess that's not a tool joke, though.
It's not. I don't care.
We're in Denmark. That's like kind of some oompa polka music.
The barrel.
It's like, I guess he could, but...
I think you have a new life goal.
Professional beer roller.
Yeah. Make it happen. Quit your job tomorrow.
Done.
Sorry, boss man. I'm going to go roll beer for a living.
I'm going to go roll beer.
I'm going to go chase my dream.
Sorry, boss man. I got to quit. I got to go roll beer for a podcast.
I'll be back in a month when I'm broke.
So they're properly blended and the flavors are good for them when they review them. All right. Well, I think it's time that we make a lateralis move and move on to the next segment.
A lateralis move?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay.
So we were talking earlier about how the Winter Olympics are just around the corner.
They are.
And we're drinking international beers tonight.
Yes.
So I figured I would bring back a segment that we did before.
That being?
The Anagrammer.
Aha.
Yeah.
The Anagrammer.
Steve and his Dirty Anagrammer 9000.
Rolled it back out of the basement.
That's right. And this week I've prepared a couple beers, and I've made anagrams out of both the brewery and the beer name.
Okay.
And
Bubba looks upset.
I did not do well at playing at home.
So if you didn't...
Don't worry, I didn't either on the show.
Yeah, if you didn't do well playing at home, Bubba, I did refine it just a little bit to help you guys out because I realized how bad it was for Adam and Sam last time.
It was awful.
I will say that all of the beers that in the segment tonight are coming from breweries that are located in countries that are participating in the Winter Olympics.
Okay.
So that's your first clue to keep everything.
Great.
That doesn't really narrow it down.
I mean,
There's
Egypt?
no African beers, I guess.
I don't know. Yeah, there's got to be. I think there's
sure
a couple
there's
of
a couple.
bobsled teams.
I'm sure there's a
Jamaican
couple,
bobsled
but
team. Red Stripes out.
Boo, creepy foot doctor.
So let's just hop right in, and we'll see how this goes with the brand new Steve's Dirty Anagrammer 9000.
New and improved.
New and improved. So the first one is I Do None Urine Foam Lube.
Foam lube.
Yeah.
None urine.
None urine. None urine foam lube. I Do None Urine Foam Lube. You got anything for that?
Is that none as in Garden of Eden none? Or
Yes.
None as in not yours? None?
Yes, that's none as in religious none.
Okay.
Garden of Eden none.
Okay. The flying nun.
Flying none.
That didn't help at all. That
Look, I'll even give you that one, Bubba. That's some old ass Nick at Night shit. I don't know how he's bringing that one up.
That's TV Land. Back in my day, they had good shows on TV Land. Like
I Love Lucy.
Yeah, and that other
Gilligan's
one.
Island.
Hill Street Blues.
That's a show?
Hill Street Blues?
Never heard of it.
Yeah, no, it's a show. I just don't know if it's that old. Is that
Hill
that
Street
old?
Blues is from like the 70s.
Family
Oh, is it?
Matters?
Okay. I guess I was thinking 21 Jump Street.
Oh, no.
So
yeah, none urine.
Okay, so obviously you guys have nothing for this, so let me just give you a clue.
I got dick all.
You've wandered off in the TV Land discussion, so let me bring you back and give you a clue. It is a triple with a 9% ABV. There's a lot of dead looks here. It's from Canada.
What was the name again?
I Do None Urine Foam Lube. A triple 9% ABV.
Is it from Golden Monkey?
It is not from Golden Monkey. Also, that's not
That's
the
not
right
a
brewery. Golden Monkey
I'm
is...
thinking of Flying Monkey, aren't I?
Yeah,
Yeah, and it's still not the right one.
No.
Okay. Gold Monkey is a beer from Victory.
right.
In Downingtown, PA.
And I'll give you your last clue.
10 minutes outside Harrisburg.
I'll give you your last clue, and this will be first one to buzz in.
Okay.
The name means end of the world.
Rapture IPA?
Mother, no. From Canada.
Armageddon.
Oh, you boobs. How do you guys not know this one?
I don't know. What is it?
I thought this one was the easy one. This is the Unibrow Le Fin du Monde.
Oh.
The triple Belgian for 9% from Canada
Yeah.
means end of the world. Le Fin du Monde.
Is that what that means?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Is that French?
Oh, yes.
Bunch of cheese-eating surrender monkeys?
You dunces.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that's what that meant.
Yeah.
Oh.
All right.
Well, all right, let's go to the easy one.
Let's move on. Our second anagram of the night is a penguin sins riot. A penguin sins riot.
Nope, I got nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Bubba, you're pushing letters around in your brain, but okay. So, this is coming from a really well-known brand, but this is not their most famous brew.
Okay.
Really well-known brand, but not their most famous brew. Okay, you guys are still pretty stumped?
I think I have an idea, but give me another
yeah.
clue.
Yeah. The serving style of this brew is usually reserved for stouts and porters, but it's been coming into more style that everybody gets on this.
See, I think I have the brewery. I just can't think of the beer.
Okay. So remember, is a Penguin Sins Riot. Mm-hmm. It's a well-known brand, but it's not their most famous brew. And the serving style is something usually reserved for stouts and porters. Your final clue is it's from Ireland.
Guinness Nitro IPA.
Adam's got one.
I just couldn't figure out what the
Right. Yeah. Yep.
the non-famous one.
A Penguin Sins Riot is a Guinness Nitro IPA.
Huh.
Nailed it.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Not their most famous brew, but, served in a style that's usually for stouts and porters.
Right. Although I've seen Nitro expanding out.
I've seen it. The one that comes to mind right off the bat is the Founder's Rubilis.
Yeah, I really like that.
That's really good on Nitro.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Have you ever had it, Bubba?
I don't like things on nitro.
Really?
Interesting.
Makes beer taste flat.
Are you broken?
I think maybe.
Maybe.
I've recently discovered I do not like beers on nitro. Silkiness, the lack of body, mouthfeel.
Right.
Just it ruins it for me.
Wow.
And they taste flat or stale and just flavorless.
See, to me, it's the exact opposite, where it gets that velvety feel to it.
Yeah, it tastes a lot creamier to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Weird.
Backwards.
Well, honorable men can differ.
Okay, then. Well, let's move on to our third dirty anagram of the evening. And this one is Girl Pea Traders.
Girl pea traders.
Girl pea traders.
You heard me, Girl Pea Traders.
Nope, sorry.
Yeah, anagrams are not my strong suit.
That's fine. That's fine. So I'll give you a hint. It probably won't help you any, but it was first introduced in 1928
Girl pea traders, 1928.
from a country that's participating in the Winter Olympics. Mm-hmm. So you can keep that in mind as well.
Well, the stock market crashed in 1929, so I assume that has something to do with trading girl pea.
You said 1928?
Yes. Now I didn't say that girl pea was being traded. These could be girls that are pea traders.
So female traders that are just tossing pee around.
Right.
Peas.
Yeah.
Pee? What?
Like a little
No,
green fruit?
PEE.
Oh, okay.
It is, no, it.
Golden
this,
showers.
This is the dirty anagram.
Yeah, come
okay,
on,
it's
okay.
not vegetable anagram.
not green BBs. Golden showers.
Pew.
All right, so this one will probably throw it.
All right.
Even though I did have 3 clues, this one will probably throw it for you. This country is famous for their bobsled team.
Jamaican.
So it's Red Stripe.
It is Red Stripe.
All right.
Can you give me the full?
Boo, creepy foot doctor.
No.
Red Stripe.
Red Stripe is obviously less letters than Girl Pea Traders.
Red Stripe, Red Ale? No.
No.
I don't know.
Lager. That's where the G would come from in girls.
Okay.
And then the last clue I had was Hooray Beer. So,
Oh, all right.
yeah, I mean, if the bobsled one didn't throw it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, final beer of the night. And
I think we got to give Bubba that one.
Why?
He got it first. He got it out before I did.
Okay.
Sure. Oh, sure.
Sure.
So it's tie going in. We have to build the suspense.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have to build the suspense because I don't think either of you are going to get this one. I'm perfectly fine with this going one.
So this is a 3-way tie because you got one because you buffaloed us.
Yeah.
I got one. He got one.
Right.
This is a 3-way tie.
Sure. Whatever, Adam.
That's pretty good for.
I think
only 2
you're
guests.
trying to make things way too equal when I'm okay with this being like a soccer match where it can end in 0-0.
There's no hurricane here. Is there?
No, this is not a hurricane
then-
challenge.
then
No.
Everything's cool.
It's all
Everything's
good. We haven't
cool.
done one of those in a while.
We need 4 people usually to do a
Well, we
hurricane
need Sam here.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
need 4 people to
And
do
then
it.
just tell him he's drinking.
Right, we also need Sam to be here because he's the one that's supposed to host it.
Well, he's supposed to host it, and I'm pretty sure he is the only one that has hurricane.
Yeah, he
house?
also has the Yeah, we
Yeah.
also keep the hurricane at his house.
Because I don't like that in my house.
Right.
This is a Christian house.
Don't you be bringing that up in here.
I will tell the church. All right, so your final dirty anagram of the evening is longish poop on mill.
That was this morning. Longish poop on mill.
Longish poop on mill.
Longest poop on mill.
Longish.
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 Okay.
So, I mean, it could be time or just actual physical length.
Possibly both.
Longish poop on mill.
Longish poop on mill. So it's not Miller.
No.
Right.
No.
Longish poop on mill.
I'll give you country of origin is Sweden.
Oh, good gravy.
Like I said, I don't expect you to get this one.
No.
That's why I'm okay with this game ending in 0-0.
No.
But it's not. It would just end in 0-1. Adam's got one.
Longish poop on mill. I got
From
nothing.
Sweden.
Yeah, I'm with the umlaut.
Wait.
What?
Oh no, our first beer was from Switzerland.
No, our first beer was from Sweden.
What is it? The first beer, the ShouTao.
It is not. That's it. That's a good guess to try and, but that would actually require like planning for me to set it up that way. No,
We're not that kind of show.
not that good at planning. I will give you the style is a mango s'mores IPA.
Son of a bitch. I saw it at the distributor this afternoon.
Oh, did you?
And I can't for the life of me remember what it was called. Because
Can't-
I remember looking at it and saying, who on God's green earth would buy this thing?
Yeah.
Put it back down and then bought a good beer. Shit. I know exactly what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name.
You've seen it, but you can't remember the name.
Yep. I can tell you where to get it.
Okay. And the final clue is we already drank a beer from them.
Right,
today.
so it's going to be McKellar.
No.
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 Tool.
No.
I have a feeling that you're trying to throw Bubba off,
Shut up.
but I don't think he needs to be derailed that way.
In all honesty, I did see it today at the distributor.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
It's one of the weirder beers.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm giving up. Bubba?
first one to give me a brewery.
Omnipollo.
Well, see, you just dropped the ball on that one, Adam. You've seen the damn beer.
Yeah. Yeah, I know.
So we're going to end it on a 1-1. But yes, it is the Omnipollo Splong.
Yep.
Or Sploing, actually.
Yeah.
Sploing.
Boing.
Yeah, it's a mango s'mores IPA.
Assholes.
They have that one, and then they have another one that's a creme brulee sour.
Now, that would be an interesting combination.
Yeah.
I'd be willing to try that.
Yeah, I think that one's called the Palermo. I could be wrong.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, both of them come in weird cans, and
Yeah.
they're interesting styles.
Hey, throw caution to the wind. See what happens.
Yeah. So with that, I believe we're going to end another round of the Dirty Anagrammer game with no clear winner because you guys are bad at anagrams, but I like saying childish things anyway.
So really, you're the winner.
Yes, I'm the winner because I got to say girl pea traders. I gave myself a reason to talk about longish poops.
I have no good response to that. I think you get to bask in it for a second.
Yeah,
or two.
no, that's just me being a genius. With that, and me basking in my glory of girl pea trading, let's get back to this In the Garden of Eden by Too Old.
Too old.
Yes. Everybody has thoughts?
Yes.
Adam, let's start with you, Mr. I Don't Like IPAs.
I don't think this is an IPA.
Okay. I'm half inclined to agree with you on that.
It tastes nothing like an IPA. It has none of that hop residue. There's no hop forward taste or anything like that. Unless they took a basic IPA and then just started shoving fruits in there.
Yeah.
To the point where it was no longer an IPA and it's more of a fruit beer.
Gotcha.
That's the only way I can see it as an IPA is it started as an IPA base and then they just said, nah, we're just going to cram fruit in this. Honestly, pretty decent beer.
I think so.
Pretty decent beer. I would grab it again.
Guest host Bubba?
Yeah, I thought it was a really good drinker. I like a lot of the fruit flavors that came through, and yeah, it's not an IPA, but it is again 3 for 3 on the summery beers. This is a wash in the car, doing stuff outside.
Yeah, I guess we kind of missed the mark on that one.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, hey, you guys bitch about the winter all the time. We just spent an episode last week bitching about
it. That's true.
Let's have happy summertime beers.
Maybe where these beers come from, they want summer more.
So I think so. They're all near the Arctic Circle, so yeah.
It's like the rain dance. If we make summer beers, maybe the sun will come to us.
Well, that's just called inducing global warming through witchcraft, and I won't stand for it.
I'm pretty sure at one point you did.
What? Standing for global warming or witchcraft?
Little column A, little column B.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, this beer is hardly an IPA. It's an IPA in smell only.
Yeah.
That's where
and
you
even
get it.
then, there's a pretty good fruit overtone.
Oh yeah. But I mean, that's where I get most of the hop presence.
Yeah, but it's more of an IPA.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But overall, like you guys said, it's full of fruit flavor. It has that. Again, it has those citrus fruits, but they're not. I don't know. It's not lemony or sour in any way. It's just kind of. Yeah, just kind of a good drinking beer.
It is.
I like it. I'll admit the price tag is a bit much to get a beer like this, though.
True.
And I don't think it has to come all the way from Denmark.
So what I'm hearing is, need to get yourself a sugar mama.
Yeah.
And she can just buy it for you.
I guess.
You
I mean,
even then,
if I had a sugar mama, I would have her buy me other beers, like more expensive beers.
Okay, all right. So it's sort of in that no man's land.
Yeah, this is kind of a no man's land. This is good for a try, but I don't see this being like a daily drinker for anybody.
I'll buy that.
Unless you actually live in Europe.
Which we do not.
Yeah. It's a good beer, but I don't think it's necessarily worth going out of your way for.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, then.
I think it's time. I think it's time to go to the podium. So, Steve, what is your bronze? What is your silver? What is your gold in this somewhat Olympic-style episode?
So, this is easy. Bronze is going to that Berliner Weisse from McKellar.
Uh-huh.
Boy, I don't care for those kind of beers at all. Now, that's nothing against McKellar. I do want to preface this by saying, because this is the first time we've had a beer by McKellar, Omnipollo, and Too Old on the show. Mm-hmm. So, I honestly have never had any beer by any of these breweries before either.
Nor have I.
Like before the show, because they're just coming into the Pennsylvania area. Mm-hmm. I'm not quite sure what is behind this push into the area.
Money?
I think it actually might have something to do with Evil Twin.
Possibly.
I think it might have something to do with them.
Possibly.
If I had to guess.
I could buy that.
You know, they may have some sort of distribution deal worked out with them.
Right.
Or there's just simply another firm in the area that is now bringing in these international beers.
Which is fine by me.
Whatever it is, we're getting a whole bunch of them, and this is the first time we're having them.
Yep.
Now that I've gotten through that preface, this McKellar beer was ass.
Okay. All right.
That's not a knock against McKellar's. There's a bunch of other things I want to try by them, but I will not be going back to this Berliner Weisse, and that's because I don't like Berliner Weisses. I don't like sour beers that much, and I especially don't like beers that are under 4%. This beer serves no purpose in my life at all.
This thing just went over. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's bronze. Silver, I'm going to give to the Omnipollo Slush IPA. I liked it a lot, but I was slightly disappointed.
Yeah.
And I guess that's probably on me in a way, because I was building up all these. I've heard about Omnipollo so much. And we already talked about how they have crazy styles.
Right.
So a lot of this was already built up in my mind, and I was expecting a little bit more of it. But it's still, I didn't dislike it. I thought it was a really nice, even drinking beer, and it has that little bit of creaminess because of the lactose. And I don't know, I could see myself buying more of that. I could buy more of that. And I suggest everybody else go try it out now that it's available to you.
Right, exactly.
And with that, I'm going to give the gold to the 2-Ol in the Garden of Eden. This was such a really well-made beer, and I'm assuming this would be really off-putting to a lot of people because it's an import. It has that layer of shit on the bottom, and it has a little bit of a hefty sticker price for only being a 6.9% IPA. When you think of, beers that cost a little bit more, you think of those heavy-hitting stouts that are 10, 12%, this one's like $6 for a bottle, so that's a little bit much.
Right.
I don't necessarily think it's worth, buying that all the time unless this is your absolute favorite beer.
Or you're a made man.
Well, a made man, that would actually...
I should say a kept man. That's a whole other thing.
Yeah. You're talking mafia.
Right.
Yakuza. But this is it's a really good beer. I think it's the best beer that we had tonight. Mm-hmm. And I think it's better than a lot of other beers I've had. I don't think it necessarily delivers on the IPA-ness if... if you are a person who likes your IPAs really, really bitter and really punchy in the mouth with the hops, this isn't for you. But this is for people who would like a nice citrus drinker. I don't know. I think it's good.
Yeah. For me, I'm going to go a little bit different. The Omnipollo didn't do anything for me. I was kind of hoping that the fruit flavors of it would kind of override the IPA-ness of it. Didn't do it. It was essentially a classic IPA. And that comes down to similar with you with the Berliner Weisse. I'm just not a fan of the style. Mm-hmm. And so that didn't do it any favors. So for that, it goes into the bronze. For the silver medal position, we're going with that Berliner Weisse. Ich bin ein Berliner Weisse.
Uh-huh.
I didn't mind it. Didn't mind it at all. I was a little disappointed in the mango flavoring, or more importantly, the lack thereof.
Yeah.
But it was still a Berliner Weisse. I like that style. So I didn't mind it at all. And that earns it a silver medal placement. That's all. Nothing more, nothing less. However, this 2L, the Garden of Eden, this is actually, this is a really good beer. And I'm very surprised that they classified this as an IPA. It tastes nothing like an IPA.
I'm surprised it's an IPA because I like it.
Well, and honestly, this is rather interesting because this is 2 weeks in a row.
Well, yeah, this is double interesting because this is 2 weeks in a row that we found an IPA you liked.
Yeah.
And this is the first time we found a single IPA that it wasn't a double IPA.
That is very true, but I'm attributing that more to the fact that it is mislabeled as an IPA.
Fair enough.
So I'm not willing to put this in the IPA category.
Okay.
I'm willing to put it in the good beer category.
Gotcha.
So for that, the 2L Garden of Eden goes into the gold medal position.
Denmark's running away with the gold.
That's
what
right.
What do you got to say, Bubba?
Bubba, it is your turn to step up to the mic. What you got to say?
Well, I can't step up because I'm sitting.
Okay, fair enough.
But this is going to be 2 versus 1. I'm going to have to agree with Steve on pretty much all fronts. The Mikkeller gets the bronze for me. Not a big sour fan, and it didn't do it for me. It also gets bronze in artwork. Vessel artwork.
You know what? That's actually a very good point.
Okay.
It's fairly bland.
I mean, hey, yeah, there's just a bunch of pictures of mangoes on it.
Right.
Yeah, okay.
It's there. That's about it.
It's very much Warhol-esque in a repetition of mangoes.
Right. And you know what? That's something we kind of overlook most of the time.
Yeah,
is
most of the
artwork.
time. Yeah.
And that's actually fairly important. from a marketing
I
standpoint.
guess, yeah.
It is. So I'm glad Bubba brought that up because that is a fresh look at something that we never do.
Okay.
And with that, I'll turn it back to you.
Okay.
So yeah, I would not reach for the Mikkeller myself, pretty much ever. So it's gonna just stay in the basement or in the back of the fridge. Bronze. I already did bronze.
Yeah, you did.
Let's do silver.
That's a good progression.
That's how that usually goes. I don't watch the Olympics. It's been like 2 years. But I would put the Omnipollo in at the silver. Disappointed that it claimed to have the fruity flavors, but they didn't come through. Solid IPA though. I did like it overall. Probably the coolest artwork. Bringing that Grimer. And then gold is going to the Tool. Much like you guys have said, very balanced beer, good. Maybe it's not an IPA, it's more on the ale side, just ales in general.
Yeah.
But solid drinker. I could see myself drinking it at a lot of different events and at different times.
So is this a pretty universal beer?
Yeah.
A crescent wrench beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely a universal beer. Is this something like if you're just, I don't know, say you're out walking during the day and you're trying to pick up Pokemon? Is this something that...
Oh, absolutely.
Is this your Pokemon Go beer?
This is like pre-Pokemon Go beer. This is like coming home after a long day of catching Pokemon and relaxing. This
Fair
is
enough.
the beer you can reach for to start your day, end your day, be the middle of your day.
Goddamn millennials.
Wait, you're a millennial.
Shut up.
You're a millennial.
Stop telling people things.
We're all millennials.
Stop tattling.
Stop tattling. Don't tell them what they want to hear.
Like that homeless guy in the parking meter made. Quit tattling.
I'm going to get $5 out of this deal.
Snitches get stitches.
So it sounds to me like the 2L is far and away the winner this evening.
Yeah. Which is interesting because I don't know how often you can find these beers. We only found this one. I've never seen anything else by them. I've
Same
never
here.
heard of them before, and being that they're a gypsy brewer, who knows when they'll be brewing next.
Blow back into town sometime.
Yeah, so
Yeah, well done.
cool, good for them. Good for the other beers. Unlike how I've stated in the past how breweries like Evil Twin are on the fence with me, I am kind of excited to try more from Mikkeller and Omnipollo. I'm not ready to just write them off.
Well, you got to get through 3 first.
I know, yeah, I have to have 3. I've only had 1 so far.
Yeah, they got margin.
You know, Omnipollo, they're good so far. Mikkeller, I mean, they have apparently 4 beers that are all off the table with me right away. with that Berliner Weisse series, but we'll see how that goes. If you think I'm wrong and you
Nice!
want to tell me on social media, then you can just find us on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram by searching Hop Nation USA. And if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA on Podbean, Stitcher, Google Music Play, and most importantly, iTunes. And if you're on iTunes, give us a 5-star review because we are a 5-star show.
You're damn right.
And don't forget to visit the Hop Nation USA website at hopnationusa.com for all of the episodes and features that you won't find anywhere else.
Too true.
Too true.
Too true.
Thanks for joining us tonight, Bubba.
Yes, we
Hey,
really
thanks,
appreciate it.
Did you have a good time?
I did have a good time.
Good.
Okay.
We might have to have you back again.
If you want us to, if you want to tell us whether or not Bubba should be back, email us at hopnationusa@gmail.com.
Please be kind. Rewind.
So with that, this is a good ass episode.
I think so.
Ass episode.
We're moving that hyphen.
Ass episode. Good episode next week, I hope.
I hope so too. Let's not spoil.
No. Tease.
It says tease.
Tease. We're going to be
spoiler.
on location. Tease.
Have
Bubba won't be there. Tease.
he might be.
Well, yeah, you
Just
can show up,
happenstance.
but stay off
Yeah.
mic.
We don't know that.
Watch from afar.
Why are you standing next to a fire? All right, that's about it. Thanks, Hop Nation. We'll see you next week.